The 2025 Ford GT is about to shake up the supercar world. This American powerhouse packs 660 horsepower and hits 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, challenging cars that cost twice as much. But speed isn't the whole story here. Ford loaded this beast with cutting-edge tech. We're talking active aero and a hydraulic suspension that reads the road like a psychic. The engine screams like a banshee but sips fuel when you're cruising. It's like Ford's engineers said, let's cram every cool idea we have into one car. This isn't just another fast toy for rich folks. The GT is about showing the world that Ford can build a supercar that punches way above its weight class. And trust me, when you see what this thing can do, you'll understand why exotic car owners might be sweating a little. Now, before we move ahead, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, hold on to your hats because the numbers are insane. We're talking 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds and a top speed of 216 miles per hour. That's the kind of speed that makes million-dollar hypercars nervous. But here's the real magic. Ford's managed to create a car that's just as happy cruising down the highway as it is tearing up the racetrack. It's not some kind of track-only monster. It's a versatile supercar that can do it all. Raw power is just the beginning of what makes the 2025 Ford GT special. This car's got more tricks up its sleeve than a magician at a Las Vegas show. And we're about to pull back the curtain on one of its most impressive features, aerodynamic wizardry, slicing through the air. The 2025 Ford GT is more than just a fast car, it's a master of transformation. Its advanced aerodynamic system is the key to its performance, giving it an edge over the competition. Now let's talk about this system. When designing a supercar, you're always balancing downforce and drag, too much of either, and you've got problems. But Ford's engineers found a way to have the best of both worlds. The GT can change its shape on the fly. The active rear wing is the star here. It's not some fixed piece of metal. It's a high-tech component that adapts in real time. Cruising on the highway, it tucks away to reduce drag. Hit the track, it springs into action, providing massive downforce. But there's more. The front splitter and rear diffuser work together to channel air around the car. This improves stability and reduces drag, helping the GT slice through the air with incredible efficiency. Now what does this mean for high-speed performance? Picture this. You're in the GT pushing 200 miles per hour on a straightaway. In most cars you'd be white-knuckling the wheel. But in the GT, it feels surprisingly controlled. At these speeds, the GT's aerodynamics are in full force. The active wing is fully deployed, pushing the car down. The underbody creates a low-pressure zone, sucking the car to the ground. Even the rear flying buttresses play a role, channeling air to improve stability. The GT stays planted at speeds that would unsettle other cars. It's not just fast, it's stable and predictable, even when you're pushing the limits. But the GT has even more tricks up its sleeve. Suspension sorcery from track to street. Imagine a car that reads the road and adapts in milliseconds. The 2025 Ford GT does exactly that. Ford's engineers have created a suspension system so smart, it's like the car has a built-in fortune teller. Let's talk about the GT's hydraulic active suspension system. This isn't your average setup. Ford's given the GT a suspension that can change its personality faster than you can say corner entry. Here's how it works. The GT's suspension can lower or raise the car's ride height on demand. Need to clear a speed bump? No problem. The car lifts itself up. But it's not just about going up and down. The system can switch from comfortable highway cruising to track-ready stiffness in the blink of an eye. One moment you're cruising down the freeway, the next, you're carving corners with precision. Now you might be thinking, sure, but how does this actually affect the driving experience? Well, let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're on a twisty mountain road. The GT is reading the road ahead, adjusting its suspension hundreds of times per second. You're gliding over it, feeling in complete control. But here's the real kicker. Take that same GT onto a smooth highway, and it's like you're in a luxury sedan. The car soaks up bumps and imperfections effortlessly. It's this incredible duality that sets the GT apart. It's both a track monster and a highway cruiser. Ford's packed this car with so much tech, it's impressive. Digital mastery, the GT's high-tech heart. The 2025 Ford GT is a rolling supercomputer on wheels. Ford has packed this car with so much tech it's like they built a NASA control center that you can drive. But don't worry, they've kept the GT's soul intact. It's still a driver's car at heart. Let's talk about that advanced digital system. The star of the show is the customizable digital instrument cluster. This high-resolution display lets you set up your dashboard exactly how you want it. Focus on lap times, G-forces, or whatever data matters most to you. It's your personal command center right there in front of you. Hit the track, and that's when the GT really shines. Its advanced telemetry system is constantly measuring everything: speed, braking points, cornering forces, and after your session you can replay and analyze your entire drive. See where you braked too early, where you could have carried more speed, even how smooth your inputs were. It's like having a pro driver giving you personalized tips after every lap, helping you improve with each run. And Ford didn't forget about connectivity either. They've integrated a user-friendly infotainment system with a big touchscreen, complete with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But here's the cool part. The GT's GPS system is specially tuned for performance. It'll give you turn-by-turn directions to the track, then switch to showing you the racing line once you're there. So with all this cutting-edge technology, groundbreaking engineering, and relentless pursuit of performance, you might be wondering, has Ford crossed a line? Have they pushed the boundaries so far that the 2025 Ford GT has become something entirely different from its predecessors? The answer is both yes and no. Let's be completely honest. The 2025 Ford GT is not just another high-performance vehicle. It's not just another supercar to be admired from afar. It is a direct challenge to the notion that only million-dollar hypercars can deliver this level of engineering mastery. It's a $500,000 slap in the face to those exclusive European machines that have long dominated the supercar market. Ford has created something that many thought was impossible. A true giant killer, a machine that proves that American engineering can not only compete with, but outright outperform some of the most well-respected and revered names in the industry. For decades, the elite European brands, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti, and McLaren, have held the monopoly on what it means to build an exotic supercar. They have dictated the rules of the game, designing machines that push the limits of speed, aerodynamics, and technology. But Ford is here to say, not so fast. They've created a car that not only rivals these industry giants, but does so at a fraction of the cost. This beast isn't just about raw power. Sure, the numbers are staggering: 660 horsepower, 0 to 60 mph in under 3 seconds, a top speed of 216 mph. But it's more than that. It's the way Ford has harnessed technology to make this car not just fast, but smart. It's the way they've blended performance and efficiency, creating an engine that roars like a true supercar, yet sips fuel with a level of restraint that its competitors can't match. It's the way they've designed a car that adapts in real time, transforming aerodynamics, suspension, and handling on the fly to deliver the best possible driving experience in any scenario. And here's the real kicker. The GT is actually kind of affordable. Now that might sound insane when discussing a car with a $500,000 price tag, but compared to the multi-million-dollar hypercars it's competing against, the Ford GT represents an incredible value. It's a car that delivers the same, if not better, performance at a fraction of the cost. It's proof that you don't need to spend millions to own a car that can dominate both the track and the street. But Ford isn't just building a car here. They're sending a message. They're proving that American ingenuity and innovation can stand shoulder to shoulder with the best in the world. They're showing that a car doesn't need to come from Italy or Germany to be considered a true work of automotive art. They're reminding the world that Ford, yes, the same company that brought us the Model T, the Mustang, and the F-150, is still capable of shaking up the entire industry. So watch carefully, because the 2025 Ford GT is not just another high-performance machine, it's a game changer. It's a glimpse into the future of high-performance vehicles, a sign of what's to come. It's proof that the rules of the supercar world are being rewritten, and Ford is leading the charge. With this car, they've done something truly incredible, and the automotive world will never be the same.